What's up? This is Uncle Chauhan, and I'm back with another video. So from now onwards, I've decided that I'll be giving a review, or I'll be starting a series of videos with the book reviews. As many people in my contact know me that I'm an avid reader, and I not only books, I read a lot of other stuff like that of magazines or comics or a lot of other things that comes up, especially news. Uh, so, uh, that is the sole reason. And many people ask me about book reviews and book suggestions, or which will be the best books to read in this particular quarantine. Most of the people know me that I'm a travel blogger and I make videos related to travel. Although in this quarantine period, we have been locked down in our homes, so that is the only sole reason because of which we could not get any travel content. But with starting up a new venture on reviewing book, I hereby start up with my favorite book, and a book that I will adore for the rest of my life, because this book particularly teaches works. This entire book revolves around money, gaining of knowledge, and entrepreneurs. So I'm talking about none other than the one by The Rich Dad and the Poor Dad by Mr. Robert T. Kiyosaki. Now, Robert T. Kiyosaki is a Japanese-born author and an entrepreneur, of course. So, any entrepreneur who has come up or who has decided or who is a well-established entrepreneur might have come across, or he must have come across this book, because it is such an integral one. It teaches about financial intelligence, which most of us really lack in our school life. It did not differentiate his rich dad and the poor dad on the basis of money, but he differentiated them on the basis of the knowledge that they have. Actually, poor dad is his own dad, whereas the rich dad is his father's dad. So, who is a businessman, and his poor dad is a man who does a job. But his poor dad is a very well educated and much more educated than his rich dad, but somehow or the other way fails to make more money than his rich dad. So this is a particular point he has uh, tried to put forward, and even the tagline on this book, which says, "What the rich teach their kids about money, that the poor and the middle class does not." So this is the tagline of this particular book, or this is the main headline. When Mr. Robert was 9 years old, he got an opportunity to learn about money and how finances work. Now, what I really felt up after reading this entire book is that there is a whole new language of money, or new language that money speaks. Because I belong to a science background, and I have taken science, and I'm into engineering. And after reading this book, I really understood that why do I really need to understand money and the way money works. I got a lot of understanding regarding investments and managing my finances, and what are different ways in which we can, how money can make money, and these kind of stuff are actually there in the book. So who wants to gain a little bit of knowledge about accounts or finances, they can actually refer to this book, and they'll get a reason of why do they really need to learn about money, or why do they really need to understand what language does money really speak. So, starting up with this, his rich dad was not very well educated. He was not very well educated, but he knows certain ways. He had a much more knowledge than what his poor dad had. His poor dad was passed out from a great university, and he was a professor in one of the best universities, and he was earning quite a lot of money. But he failed in order to maintain that particular money, and he failed in order to keep that money and multiply that money. The very first chapter of this book starts off with the things like the rich don't work for money, the money work for them. So this particular chapter is one of my favorite chapter. This is even the first chapter of this entire book, and in this particular one, he describes about why or how we can make money work for ourselves or in our favor. So this is the one. And another chapter that is my favorite one is Mind Your Own Business, which is the chapter number 3, in order to mind our own businesses. Now, this particular chapter revolves around all the people who are into jobs, or all the students who are still studying, and they are somehow trying to go into the business, or trying to go into the world of entrepreneurs, and but they cannot really start up with it. So even after finishing Mr. Kiyosaki, after finishing his formal education, he did not directly went into business, or he did not directly started out with his business. He worked in 2 jobs, and he worked in as a salesperson. He works as a salesman. He got the uh, experience of salesperson and marketing and a lot of other things which are not directly related to his business, but they are somehow or indirectly which are an integral part of any business to run. So he learned about sales and marketing in by giving or by providing jobs, or by doing a certain job for his company. But he always had this fire to come out of this rat race. This is what he had called as a rat race, in order to wake up early and go back to the work 9 to 5 or 9 to 9, and take some money from them, and then again come back home. So this is what the rat race is, and he decided to come out of it in any possible way he could have ever imagined. So he after doing certain number of jobs, he decided to give up on his job and start up with his own business. So this was my favorite one, because even in our students life, we all start to, or there are many students, or there are many people who come up with business ideas, and they leave their formal education to start up with something in business. A very few number of them really get successful into this, but most of them technically fails. So he also understood, or make us understand about the failures that entrepreneurs come across in their lives. So this is a very important book if you really want to learn about accounting and managing your finances. So with this book, I am ending this entire review, because so if you are interested in this book, you can directly go, and I have shared a particular link in my video down in the description, so you can go and check it out. Thank you so much for listening to me, and please subscribe to the channel.